We're going to call this regular city council meeting for the city of Cherokee to order, Cherokee Village. It's April 9th, 2026. If you wouldn't mind, we're going to stand and recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Recognize a short moment of silence, please. Ms. Clerk, roll call, please.
Harrison.
Here.
Rachel Tatum.
Here.
Thompson.
Here.
Martin.
Here.
Jeff Tatum.
Here.
Lowe. Ishmael. Roland. Here. Mayor and clerk in attendance, quorum established.
Alrighty. So, had a few minutes to look over the agenda for tonight.
If there's no additions, I make a motion.
I do, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Under new business number 3, if we could just add, just animal control update on pipes to discuss.
Can I ask why we don't have department heads for that? Is that something we need to discuss, or the department heads can I handle this?
No,
It's just
I
totally
think
up to-
Megan also has some information for us.
Okay.
I'm sure.
So I make the motion to accept the agenda as amended.
You got a second?
Second.
All right. Motion to accept the amended minutes with the addition,
Agenda.
with the amended agenda. I keep skipping ahead. I did it last
I'll
minute.
do minutes next.
The agenda they had first, we can accept it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve. Motion by Mr. Martin, seconded by Mr. Thompson to approve tonight's agenda with the addition of number 3, the animal control, under new business. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Motion passes. Oh. No.
Make a motion.
Any public comments on the agenda items? We had a little bit to look over the minutes.
I make a motion, we accept the minutes as presented.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Martin, seconded by Mr. Tatum to approve the minutes of the March 12th, 2026 City Council meeting. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. No correspondence. Yeah. The financial report, everybody should have a copy of the financials. The most up-to-date financials. Pretty much doing pretty good on, my phone keeps dinging. Doing pretty good staying on track. There's a few things. Miss Heather, budget committee update?
Yeah, we don't have March sales tax numbers, but January and February are tracking. January, we're up 5.4% sales tax. February, we're up 5.5%, which is better than the standard sort of 3% that we budget for. Street department had kind of a slow January, February, but they got a good uptick in March. So overall, January, February, March numbers for street department revenue is up 3.3%. As far as the budget, it's only a quarter of the year, so it's hard to gauge everybody's one-time expenditures. Most people are tracking around the 25% mark, which is a quarter of the year. With the exception of the city buildings, we had the sewer issue, and then we had the expense of the new door we got put in, which is just part of maintenance that But so far, everything's on track. I'm sure there'll be better information halfway through the year, and hopefully sales tax will keep tracking the way it is.
Oh, no. Hopefully maybe we'll get into the summer. We're getting this, just now starting to get into summer travel season, so. And then with the amount of traffic I've seen on the road lately, people are traveling.
Mr. Mayor?
Mhm.
I'd like you to thank the treasurer for the way this is put out. I think it's a lot. I just wanted to ask the mayor to thank the treasurer for the way they're doing the new expenditures and revenue. It's a lot easier to read to me the way it is. I think he's doing a good job.
Yep, doing good, yeah, getting everything color-coded.
Yep. Helps a lot.
All righty, on the mayor's report, just to let everybody know, I don't know if you've seen it or not, or seen it on the website, but we put a flag, we've had several people, citizens that comes in and they'll ask about, proper disposal of flags, American flag, state flag, and, we had to, tell them to go to the county or whatever, so, we got a flag disposal box out here in the lobby now, so if you need to dispose of any torn or tattered flags, we got a flag disposal box in the lobby to take care of it. The signatures was sent to First Community Bank. Let's see, you got Heather on the signature line. It's Heather Harrison, Pamela Rowland, Jeff Tatum, of course, City Clerk Miss Penny, and myself, the mayor. So that's all. I got the signatures all done. Yeah, get with the signers, get with Miss Penny so you can sign your name. Just to remind everybody, like I said, the elections will be, city elections will be November this year. File-in time starts on July 27th is the file-in, but it's the next Monday in August. I'd have to look on the calendar, but it starts July 27th. Miss Penny, the clerk over here, they're doing a fundraiser for Miss Pamela, and she's got tickets over here, so come see. If you want to buy some tickets for the fundraiser, go see Miss Penny.
The drawing is the 12th, and your ticket goes for a quarter of beef, and they're giving away 2 prizes. Tickets are $20, and Lauren Siebert is one that's chairman.
And I am so grateful.
Yeah. Yeah, Miss Pamela's going through her journey right now, so it's well worth it. So see her and get you some tickets. Just continue. I have, I filled the paperwork out for the grant, the White River Planning Development, the recycling grant they call it, and we was gracious enough to be awarded it. It's $16,000 total. So we're going to use it to purchase a couple trailers and stuff to use it to our local recycle center and to do that. That's a grant that we've applied for, that I've applied for the last couple years. And just to let everybody know, I think this is the year, we had the year of air conditioner failures, and then I think this year is probably going to be sewer, because the wastewater disposal, because we just got done repairing the sewer here, the waste disposal here at the City Hall, and now what's one of the things Miss Megan's going to talk about, and we have a sewer issue that we're going to get taken care of. I think the guy, was he there today? Tuesday. Yep, today, yeah, he was there Tuesday. But we got to get the sewer, we're getting the sewer taken care of, and animal control, and then the fire chief, Mr. Cowell, let me know that they're having a sewer issue at Waukeeta Fire Station, so I think it's we went from air conditioners to sewer problems, so you know how things go.
Well, it's just one at a time and not all at the same time.
Yep, amen. I'll agree with that. So, just to let everybody know, them will be coming along. But, and of course, we'll get into it in a little bit. But I just want to remind everybody, the Arkansas Pie Festival is coming up April 24th and 25th.
25th.
Oh, is it just the 25th? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it was the 24th and 5th on the paper, but April 25th, so be sure to come. It's a great time. Of course, they'll start that morning out with the 5K Pie Fest run. That starts at 7 a.m. The Farmers Market is going to open up on the 23rd of May and continue through July is what the paper says, but hopefully it'll go all summer. And then the Highland Elks Turkey Shoot will be March 28th, or it was March 28th, and I heard it was well attended. The Art Center is going to start their music on the center stage starting May 21st, so there's a lot going on this summer, and it's a lot of good stuff. So if you got time and know people, bring some friends with you and come hang out. It's a good time. So that being said, we'll move into the departmental reports. Miss Megan, anything to add to your departmental report?
And I'm going to let y'all read that, and I'm just going to read for the audience. The septic in the Capitol building has been disintegrating over the past 19 years, as the last time it was replaced was 2007. Animal control dog kennel facilities usually have shorter and more viable lifespans than residential systems because of the much higher and more concentrated waste load, fur, and dirt. Me and my team are very aware of what is being put down the drains and careful not to put more strain on the systems. However, I am not aware of how well the system was kept pumped out over the years. I can't tell you how well the septic is withstanding the test of time. With all this being said, I would like to address that over the past 7 months and longer, the septic has been showing signs of major distress, such as very low drainage and lots of sewage backups. I would also like to address that the new building, Bartmore Castle, is also suffering from old septic systems as it is all tied together. Steps I have taken to remedy the problem include, in September of 2025, I called McNulty Plumbing out, and his findings were not helpful as he could not give a diagnosis of the exact problem. I was on maternity leave, and Miss Betty Stokes, with my okay, had the septic pumped out. Also around November or December, Mr. Charlie supplied us with the pump to use to pull out the sewage water from our trench drains. Also, it had stopped draining completely at this point. Now, as of Tuesday, our drains are flowing again, and after AR Jetting was called out by the mayor to address the problem, Mr. Charlie and I were told by AR Jettings that although the waste is draining now, that isn't a guarantee on how long or well it will keep working. He also addressed that the new building should have never been attached to the old septic, as well as there is a manhole with a septic pump, which he advised isn't up to code. With this information, I believe we should proceed by letting AR Jetting dig up the grounds so we can be 100% sure of the problems and get it fixed before more damages occur. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Thank you.
Yeah, I've been talking to Mr. Charlie, which he's the Arkansas Jettings, which is Gary Rakes. They're going to try to get everything. We'll see what it's going to take to get everything back in line and get it going again. And honestly, I also forgot on my notes here in my mayor's report, as I did talk to Mr. Brent Hunstead, of the chairperson of the SID Commission, Tuesday, and I was expressed to him that the property out there that's outside of the fence line, that's, and this started before I became mayor, but when the city council and the mayor was going through the process of getting the property bought that the animal control facility's on, it's my understanding it's just what's inside, just what's the fence. What's the new fence is. So I actually was talking to Mr. Brent about if SID would be willing to transfer, just like we did the fire stations, if they would be willing to transfer ownership of we're using the property and the septic system is on that property, that we need to look into maybe transferring ownership of that property, which I'm not a land judging expert, but when I looked it up, it looks maybe be an acre and a half, I mean, it's not a big spot, so he said that he was gonna get with his other chairpersons and discuss it and see about doing it, so that, I forgot that in my mayor's report, sorry about that. So hopefully we'll be able to get the rest of that property, which he had expressed to me on the phone at the time, because I told him what was going on with the sewer, and he said that, don't worry about it, just, I mean, we've been taking care of it anyway, keeping it mowed and stuff, and he said, you just keep doing what you're doing, you're fine, you'll fix the sewer and do what you have to do, and he said, we don't have a problem with that, so, just to let everybody know, that may be in the works, hopefully to happen, that where we can get the rest of the property.
So are they
Mr.
going to
Mayor.
move forward with looking at those, digging that up and looking at those pipes?
Yeah, he's getting.
We're in the same boat that we were here at City Hall?
Yes, my understanding, that what Charlie told me was that he's getting the bid together and supposed to be scheduling the time to come by. And did he say something about the time?
He didn't say anything about a time. I kind of know a price, like a general price, a starting price, if you'd like to hear that.
Okay, because I hadn't seen the bid
It's,
come through yet.
It was $600 for the excavator, or the big machine, and $90 an hour for him.
Yeah.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, sir.
I would suggest that we consider getting a second bid on that, specifically because I have engaged Mr. Rakes, at my building, and to correct, a problem. And it was a repeated problem because, and I won't mention the company that installed or connected the building to the Highland septic or sewer system, but that was done improperly. And so while he could perform the jetting portion, he could not do the actual pipe work because he's not a licensed plumber. So he had to bring in Mr. Mark Leet, because he's a licensed plumber. I would suggest that we get a second opinion and bid from Danny Taylor, because he does specifically install, maintain, and repair septic systems. And I believe that, he may have a different opinion. The other thing is that, and I appreciate this write-up, but the comment that was included in there that, and I need to have clarification. If I read towards the end of this, it says that Mr. Rakes had the opinion that the new building should never have been attached to the old septic system, as well as there is a manhole cover with the buildings. Are you referring to the manhole cover behind the new building?
As far as I'm aware, there's a manhole. I have a picture of it if you'd like to see exactly what I'm talking about, but it's got like an electrical outlet. It looks to be, I don't know, I didn't open it. I'm strictly going by what he said. It looks to be an electrical outlet, and then there's a pump with a little bit of water at the bottom of it. And he
Right.
said if that pump was to fail, that it could flood that, and that box, I mean, essentially creating
Okay.
an electric
So let me
water
address what that
situation.
is, because that new building does not, there are screens, and so there's no way for the new building to put anything other than liquid into the septic system.
Yes, sir, I understand that, but it is
Just a
still
moment,
flooding.
if I might continue. Okay, so that was completed by Trident Plumbing,
Yes, sir.
and that was done according to code, per Trident Plumbing. It only puts, the manhole cover that you're talking about contains the lift pump that pushes liquids, only liquids, into the septic system.
But is
No
that
su-
an electrical outlet right there? Is
There-
that what that is?
Does the
It's
electrical
not
outlet have a
an,
light
it's
on
not
it?
an electrical outlet.
Yes, it does have a lid on
So
it.
it's a light.
A light?
Excuse me, Mr. Martin, if I might.
One at a
If I
time,
might
one at a
explain, finish explaining. The electrical that is underneath the manhole cover is the power, the waterproof power box to the lift pump.
Okay,
It is not an outlet, it is a junction box.
that's just what I was told.
Okay?
I did not know.
And I understand that, but Mr. Rakes does not know whether or not the system is up to code. He issued an opinion that it's not up to code.
He is
It
a
was
plumber,
done-
so I took his, I did take his.
Mr. Leet was there.
I understand. So it was done according to code. It only puts liquids into the system. The system that you have is a series of at least 2 tanks, if not 3.
Okay.
And so it's quite possible that the additional tanks need to be located because they were put in sequence. And that, again, was determined by Trident Plumbing, a licensed state contractor, that those tanks are in sequence, 3 of them. So my recommendation to council and the mayor is that you bring in Danny Taylor, who installs, maintains, and repairs septic systems. Mr. Rakes does not. He has a jetting company, and so I know because we addressed the sewer issue at my building within the last 6 months. And he had to bring in a licensed plumber in order to actually install the piping.
I've heard the other name you
Pardon?
said. The other name you said, I've heard of.
Yes,
he was
Danny
mentioned.
Taylor.
No, the one that works with,
Mark
Yeah,
Lee.
Mr. Lee.
yes, I've heard that name.
Yeah,
I have
he's
not
there.
heard the
And
other name.
he's the licensed plumber that has to be on site anytime Mr. Rakes uncovers any kind of septic pipes leading up to a sewer system or a septic system. So my suggestion is that we, 1, get a second bid,
Okay,
and 2, that we also have an evaluation done by Mr. Taylor to determine the extent of the issue, because you're going to have to find the clean out for all 3 tanks. And then you're going to have to scope those tanks to determine, do you have solids? Do you have 2 tanks that are beyond the tank that is closest to the animal, to the
so
dog
I
building?
do have a question though. So I need to get a estimate from Danny Taylor, and then I need to find somebody else, correct? Because I can't use this jetting guy you're talking about, the guy that came out. So
Yeah,
therefore,
we'll
I
get-
need to find 2 bids, and then we bid and see who has the better bid, correct?
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
think
that'd
your
be-
evaluation, your determination in terms of what needs to be done, since Mr. Taylor is licensed to do everything with the septic system, that he may be your best choice. He certainly is one of the top.
Yes, sir, I
Septic
understand.
system
I just thought there had to be
contractors in the
more than
area.
one bid.
Yeah, we'll get it.
And I'm just saying that you may want to consider not just the problem of the tank that is closest to the old dog building, but also those 2nd and 3rd tank that are beyond that nobody has ever located in terms of any kind of determination, because when we were building the new dog building, Trident Plumbing diagnosed the location of the tanks and determined that, because at the time, before we ever started construction, the proposal was that we were going to have an entirely new septic system. And it was determined at that time that no, you didn't, especially for the addition of the new dog building, because you were only going to be putting liquids into the system.
That is all that goes into the system.
That is
That
all
is all that goes
No, I
into the
understand.
system.
Understand. And so we also address the issue of the excessive water coming off of the old dog building, and we installed gutters at the time to alleviate the excessive rainfall that was going into the old system. I'm saying that there is a distinct possibility that you have solids that are in the subsequent tanks beyond the
Okay.
initial tank.
Yeah.
Okay.
And those should be evaluated before you try
Okay.
to sit there and
Yeah.
Hey,
I understand
We'll
that.
we'll solicit bids on repairs.
Okay.
I have a quick question.
Go ahead.
Would you care to kind of send her an email with kind of a synopsis of everything you just said, so that when she meets with Danny, she can know exactly what all kind of the history is and what, you get what I'm saying?
Sure, be more than happy to do that.
That would be outstanding. Yeah.
Any more questions?
Thank you for this
Thank y'all.
Thank you. I know Fire Chief Cal's not here today. Fire Chief Dan, he's attending a Three Rivers Firefighters Association meeting, but he wanted to let me know everybody, the storm siren people had made contact with him just in the last couple of days, and I want to say he said they was going to be in the area in the next couple of weeks. The guy that's going to do the repair, he travels Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, and Arkansas, so he's just making his circle, and he'll be here in the next couple of weeks to replace the storm siren that's that they've been repairing.
Is the burn ban on?
The burn ban is off at this time. I mean, it's subject to come back, but let's hope we actually get a little rain tomorrow like we're supposed to get.
Not tomorrow.
Oh, Mr. Monty, anything, police chief, anything here?
Officer Chris Kelly graduated Police Academy Friday.
Nice.
His graduation. He's not here tonight, but I wanted to let y'all know
Yeah.
that.
Cool deal. Yeah, appreciate that. Alrighty. Animal Control Committees? A&P Committee?
In the packet is the annual report for 2024 and 2025. In the last meeting, I told you guys that this was out. I definitely encourage you to look through it and look over it. It really does a great job of highlighting all that A&P did for the city and did with the city. And Pie Fest is growing in notoriety and
It's a very well-attended.
yes,
And it's a very good time. Yeah, it's a very good time.
So anyway, definitely catch yourself up on that. It'll make you proud.
Yeah.
of the village, so.
Yeah, it's a well put together flyer there. I like it. Alrighty. We can kind of, anything on the, we can move into old business.
Real quick
Oh.
here on the Economic
Oh,
Exploration
sorry.
Committee.
Yeah.
We are meeting next Thursday at 5:30.
Okay.
And if anyone wants to sign up afterwards to be notified for ongoing EEC meetings, you can put your name on this pad.
Alrighty. Next Thursday at 5:30, Economic Exploration Committee will be in this room, so hope to see you there. Mr. Jason, old business number one, I know we're still kind of in the holding pattern with the getting the ordinance, getting the wording of the ordinance and getting everything.
Well, actually, no, in the last planning and zoning meeting, last month, I attended and the commissioners for planning and zoning looked it over and agreed to move it forward. And it was going to be discussed and open for the public to discuss at this month's planning and zoning meeting. But I actually have a question about that because that meeting was supposed to happen Monday and it did not.
Yeah.
So is there any reason why that meeting didn't happen?
Well, when Charlie and Robert both have been out of town attending some classes because for their certifications they have to have, and Miss Angela, the secretary, she had to take some emergency vacation. Miss Angela. So that was one of the
But
reasons.
yeah, what we're waiting on now is for that to be read and discussed and open for the public at the next planning and zoning meeting to read through for discussion. And then upon its approval from that, it would then be presented to council to review and vote.
Okay, good deal. Alrighty, new business, any discussion before I move on? New business number one is the special use permits that, like I said, can be approved as one. Like I went through before, it's 2026-03 is the Arkansas Pie Festival, April 25th here at the town center. 2026-04 is the Pie Fest 5K run, which will be April 25th at 7 a.m. It starts at 7 a.m. in the morning, which will be here starting at the town center. The 2026-05, the Spring River Farmers Market, starting May 23rd, which will be just up the hill here in front of the lower mall. Of course, March 28th, the Highland Elks did their turkey shoot, which is 2026-06, which they do that annually. And 2026-07 is the Art Center's Music on the Center Stage, which we usually hear them on Thursday nights here at the council meeting, but they do a good deal and have some good music up here. It starts May 21st.
I make a motion, we accept the permits.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Martin, seconded by Mr. Tatum to approve the special use permits. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Motion passes. All righty, new business number two, Mr. Joey, street superintendent. It's your turn. Mr. Joey, the street superintendent, come to me about needing he would like to purchase 2 tractors, because some of the tractors we're using right now, I think one of them, correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Joey, I think one of them's a 86, an 85, okay, it's even older than I thought, an 85, and one's like a 90 model. 99, yeah, and they're long in the tooth. They've been around a while. Yeah, if you want to come up here on the speaker, but, so we went out and he got a couple of bids. One's from the Greenway John Deere tractor dealership, and one is from the Cox Implement, which is the one here in Highland. What was kind of,
They're over $20,000, right?
yes.
So let's tell him that's why we have to approve the 2 for the agenda.
Oh, yeah, because it's over, because of the purchase being over $20,000.
$20,000, that's why council has to approve them.
Yeah. But, at the bids, you look at the bids, which, Greenway, it's a 50 horse, 40 PTO horsepower tractor that they bid out at, $42,648.74. I don't think, that's not with the third function either, is it? That was just a tractor, they're a well, they don't call them four-wheel drive, but a multi-wheeled drive tractor, and with a front end bucket's what we're pricing out. The Cox Implement, Mr. Tony up at Cox Implement, they actually priced out a 60 horsepower tractor that he would sell for $42,000 even, and that's with the
front end
yeah,
loader.
that's with a front end loader and a third
remote
function.
and a third function.
For which the third function is for a brush grapple on the front, because like Mr. Joey's told me, he said very often the fellers get on the bush hog tractors and they get out to some of the more remote areas, and there'll be a tree limb or tree, and I'm saying a tree limb, but a tree limb the size of these desks laying in the road, and they don't have no way to move it without going back to the shop and getting another piece of equipment or having somebody haul another piece of equipment. Well, with this, they'll have the needed piece of equipment with them that they could use. So what the money, I think you got to print out on that.
Yes, sir.
On what's in the street market, the money market, which is the money that's the turnback money that comes back to the street department that's to be spent on equipment and materials to repair streets.
Do they have enough to cover it?
Yes, sir.
Tell them how much is in there.
As of now, the statement balance is $751,408.15.
So the total for the two, if we was to buy the two, of course, it'd be the 42,000 times 2, which
52.
warranty, yeah. 5-year, yeah. The Massey First from Cox has a 5-year warranty.
Is it just on the engine or on everything else?
You gonna get me?
Is that gonna, since it's basically gonna be a commercial use, is that warranty gonna go, is it gonna be?
As far as I know,
Yes,
he,
it's
the way he talked to me, the way he told me that he'd take care of us. I mean,
Okay.
Yeah,
either
they
way,
have.
the way he talked, it was all good.
And he's actually helping us out already, because one of the sickle bar mowers that we bought last year that we bought from another dealer that was supposed to carry repair parts is not carrying the repair parts anymore. So we've been searching around a couple of months trying to find a place, and Mr. Tony out at Cox, he said, if you'll buy them, I'll sell them. So he's supposed to be getting us the parts.
We got
And the
Oh, got the parts in already. Oh, that was quick.
and the equipment we have will work with it. We won't have to buy new sickle bars, or what we have will work with these units.
Should. I do need another side mower, because we purchased that one, and of course, we got two or three bush hogs, but we need and we got that one side
the
mower,
arm?
and we need one more,
You
Well,
talking
they-
about the sickle mower?
or flail mower or something.
Well, something, yeah,
Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we started with. Last year, we was gonna get 2 of them, and it kinda got late in the year, and
Well, they had two, and then they got rid of one.
yeah. But,
I'll make a motion, if they got the money, let them expend it.
Purchase the 2?
Yep.
I'll second that motion.
motion by Mr. Tatum, seconded by Mr. Martin to allow the purchase of the, and we are talking about the Massey First from Cox, make the purchase of 2 tractors from, Cox Implements, the ones that are bid, MF2E 60H Massey Fersican tractors,
Can we,
which will be.
which one would you rather have?
The Massey?
Okay.
Yeah, and, well, and just, when I talked to him, they're not, the Masseys are not they don't have DEF fluid.
Okay.
They're,
Be
That's
easier to
even
get
better.
Yeah.
fixed too, because it's
yeah,
closer.
that's,
Yeah,
For
it's
warranty
local,
purposes, it's
local,
local.
you know.
yeah, and a local guy.
We got a motion there.
Any discussion on the motion?
I just would like to see him double check on the warranty to make sure that it does cover with it being commercial. If not, see if there is a warranty that you can get, even if it is an extra cost.
Yes, ma'am.
It looks like it's drivetrain only.
Yeah. We'll get asked about it. Okay, motion on the floor.
Can you repeat that motion, please?
Motion by Mr. Martin, seconded by Mr. Tatum to purchase two MF2E 60H hydro, the tractor bid by Massey First Contractor, bid by Cox Implement, which will be the $42,000 a piece, so
Question. Before we
be
do the
80,
motion,
84.
if he has to buy a separate warranty, will you have to come back in front of us, or can we add that in?
If it's under $20,000, the mayor can take
Yeah.
care of it.
Okay, all right, just want to make sure, so you didn't have to come back up here.
Yeah, should be a total of 84,000.
That was paid.
That will be paid for out of the
Turn back.
street department money market turnback funds. Voice vote, please.
Harrison,
Yes.
Rachel Tatum,
Yes.
Thompson,
Yes.
Martin,
Yes,
Jeff Tatum,
Yes.
Lowe,
Yes.
Roland.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Joey.
We can knock off that last, because we
Yeah, I was
already covered
gonna,
it.
yeah, I was gonna say, we kinda went over everything that we was gonna talk about anyway.
My only thing with Danny is, and he is the best, but I know he stays so very busy. So I would, if you guys get a hold of him, and we're talking months out,
Yeah.
maybe us look
Well-
at a different plan.
Miss Megan, just for clarification, is it working now? Okay, so as long as if it has a stoppage, we need to take care of it. But I was just gonna make sure if we was gonna, something we have to take bids on, takes a little while, I wanted to make sure it was working at this time. Okay.
And I think this is a further comment to address your concern. I think if you explain that we are kind of on the edge
To see
of
if he can fit us in.
functionality,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that I think if you at least get him to come out and locate the clean out for the other two tanks,
Yes.
that he may be able to do that on an abbreviated emergency type of thing before putting together a full bid, on whatever might be proposed.
That would be outstanding. Yeah.
Especially if you can discover that the subsequent tanks are full,
Yep.
then perhaps it's going to be much more economical to pump those two tanks first.
And then see what we're looking at beyond that. I agree.
Yeah.
I think that having the mayor make that phone call to Danny Taylor, because he is so busy, and having the urgency of the mayor behind that phone call might be a little bit helpful
Yeah.
too, and
I'll get him.
what are we doing to maintain the tank? What, the system even? Because
Up
septic system is a living entity, and you
It
have to
is,
take care of it like a living entity.
And up until last year, we had it pumped and cleaned, a year, maybe, has it been a year or 2 years ago? Was it? Yeah, it was last year. Yeah,
But I mean,
and it helped for quite,
you try not to pour
Nearly a
in
year.
very harsh chemicals into that, because you have a
yeah,
well.
Yeah,
but
mostly it's just
There are
water.
things that you put in to enhance
yeah,
the system, and
Yeah.
they're commercially out there. I think Widex is one, and
yeah,
a couple other things, but maybe that's the other thing, to ask the person that's doing the job what they would recommend to maintain the system and make sure it's maintained properly, because a properly maintained system can last 20, 30 years.
yeah. Alrighty.
I've got one thing, if we're done with that subject. Village Pride roadside pickup, litter pickup
Yeah,
is
that wasn't
tomorrow,
on the
I
list.
mean, Saturday,
Saturday.
in
This
2
Saturday.
days. Don't show up tomorrow.
Yeah.
9 o'clock, donuts and coffee provided
Yeah, that wasn't on my
in the
list.
morning. And then I believe a lunch voucher for Falls Pizza is going to be for lunch. So, and just, if you tell people about it, just make sure this is roadside litter. This is not bring stuff from your house. That's the following Saturday at the municipal garage. So this is strictly showing up at the parking lot, let the Village Pride give you a vest and a hand picker and go out and clean up. They'll give you a street to go down. So the roadside litter this Saturday, 9 a.m., meet at the King Roads parking lot. 8? 8.
Yeah. Thank
Get
you.
up at 8 and get your donut.
Thank you, Miss Heather. That wasn't on, I didn't have it on my list. Thank you,
Yeah.
Miss Heather. Anything else?
And if y'all got any kids or teenagers, we got last year we didn't have the best turnout, so we really need to, get the word out
Is that
ourselves.
on the website, Miss Penny? Could we get it on the website if it's not already? Good. Look at that, she's
Website and
read my mind.
It's kind of a state,
I-
it's sponsored by,
would
do you
s-
remember what?
I would say yes.
It's sponsored
I
by
mean,
something Arkansas. I can't imagine it not being a community.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the Keep
so I
Ourselves
can't imagine
Moving
it not being,
Yeah. Yeah, because they have to do quite a bit.
Make a
Any-
motion to adjourn.
Nothing else?
no? If anybody wants to sign up for EEC committee.
Motion by Mr. Martin, seconded by Mr. Tatum to adjourn. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Thank you, everybody, for being here.
Sorry about that. This is really GFI on this thing.